Hi everyone, it's Phil.
And Nikki.
Just got back from Clatterbridge today, and it was to fit my mask for the radiotherapy. It wasn't too difficult actually. Just DJ Bob took us there. If anyone ever goes to Clatterbridge, I'm sure they've met him. Great guy. He's raised something like £70,000 for Clatterbridge, I think.
That's what you told me.
Doing gigs and so on. As Rod Stewart. What did you think to it?
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
We were over within a couple of hours, weren't we?
Yeah, well, we were there in the morning, so everything seems to be moving quite fluidly. And the mask fitting thing, last week I was very nervous about it, but as soon as we got in there, I was kind of like, right, let's do this. I just got on the table, and it's quite easy to get it done, really. I mean, they just put it in hot water, don't they? And
Just a gauze mat.
yeah, and then they put it over your head, and then it's that's the only hard bit, is because it's so hot when they first put it on. It can be a bit difficult to breathe, but they quickly, put a hole for your mouth and nose to breathe. And they had to consider my goofy teeth as well. After that, I had to go to a CAT scan and wear the mask while I was getting a CAT scan, and that was simulation. So that's all about planning and where they're going to zap it and what angles to go in from and so on. And then it was off to have an MRI, and gotta say, it's probably the easiest MRI I've ever had, because this time I actually just fell asleep. Whereas all the ones at Walton, I was very nervous when I was in those ones, and probably still in a lot of pain from the operation that I had on the debulking the tumour. But yeah, they put some radio music on while I was in there, and I just drifted off, and before I knew it was over. So I guess we weren't there that long, really, were we?
No, we got there just after 9, and we were done by 11.
Yeah, and
Home by 12.
thanks very much to my sister's fiance Lewis for taking us home, so we didn't have to wait so long.
Thank you.
Yeah, had a good conversation with him on the way back. Yeah, so pretty good day, I'd say. Feeling pretty good. No physical problems at all. Feeling a lot more mentally tougher than I was last week. That's good.
Yeah.
We spoke to that charity gift of a wedding. We're still waiting back to hear whether we get accepted on that. Yeah. What do you think, Amy? Royal Amy?
She's not bothered.
No, she's never bothered, is she? Yeah, I've got my Keep Calm and Listen to Depeche Mode t-shirt on.
It's one of millions of Depeche Mode tops.
Yeah.
He has.
Well, I've also got a tattoo of Depeche Mode as well. Like, probably show that. They told me that when I was going into the MRI that this might heat up.
The ink, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just the ink in it, because they ask you all kinds of questions like, have you ever had fragments of metal in your eye or something, or do you have any piercings or braces and things, and they'll ask you these questions repeatedly, like, before and after. I don't know if that's just to check if you're still there. I don't know, but I don't mind all that. Yeah, so I still have since the operation itself. I mean, we haven't really spoken about that much, have we? You've got some pictures when I came around. Apparently, I looked really yellow.
You do look quite yellow.
we could probably show on the phone. The operation, so how long ago was that now? Like 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. 2.5 weeks ago, yeah. I find it quite fascinating, to be honest, because it's kind of like shutting down a human just to do a major operation, and then it's like, I find it amazing that you just get restarted, you know, like when you come around from the anaesthetic.
You haven't seen this picture yet, have you?
No, I've not, no. So it's going to be... Oh, Jesus.
Quite yellow.
Yep. What's that? Oh, that's the oxygen mask.
That's oxygen mask. That's a head covered in blood and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. You were nervous I wouldn't remember you.
Well, you had been told that you might have some short-term memory loss.
Yeah, and that happens like a week or two after, as you... I mean, for some people, it can take a long time to come round properly from anaesthetic like that. For some people, it can be a few months, right?
Yep.
But with me, it's just the first couple of days. I was just well, actually, once I got out of the hospital, the only thing that I noticed was that I kept leaving my phone everywhere and leaving my charger and just not having any idea where I put stuff, and just little short-term memory things like that. Little blips, but I seem to be fine now. When I was in Walton, though, I think it was mainly just the pain, really. Dealing with... one of the things that's quite strange is that you can hear your pulse in the back of your head. And if you move certain ways, it's like you can hear water in your brain moving around. It can be quite disconcerting, and obviously you're constantly woozy, and it's a big system shock. But it took me like a week before I was physically, you know, moving about like I usually do, and doing my press-ups each morning and so on.
Recovered really well.
Yeah. Getting the stitches out was probably the best thing. I think that wasn't painful. It's just like a pulling sensation. If anything, it's relief after it, because then you know that you can just let your scar heal. And as you can see, mine is obviously still visible. Do you want to hold it?
Got it.
I've got it, haven't I? Alright, yeah. So everyone can see it. And they'll ask you things like when you're going to go in for your operation, whether you want to have just the area that's being worked on shaved, or whether you want the whole thing done. And I just said, I just want all or nothing. Just, you know, keep it nice and even for when it grows back. But when I go through the radiotherapy, I will lose some hair where they're actually zapping. So could be, I don't know, somewhere around here. I'll probably be bald for quite a long time. To be honest, that's the least of what I care about. For some people going through cancer, that's a big thing, but I understand that. But for me, it's just the only thing I care about is long-term survival, to be honest, and keeping my strength up and keeping my positivity up. That's literally all I care about. And just marrying you.
Yeah.
More people going, ugh. Love you.
Love you too.
Love you forever.
Too.
There's a real one. Okay, so we'll leave it there then. Alright, see you everyone.